Boy, are we going to open a can of worms in this, the 300th official episode of the Topher project. Elon Musk is in the news again and under pressure because people were using Grok to create explicit AI images that are, frankly, traumatic for everyone involved. The Australian government, including Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and E-Safety Commissioner Julie Inman-Grant, are frothing at the mouth because they've spied an opportunity to ban X. For our own good, of course. And Albo has been waiting for this opportunity for years. Hear it from his own mouth in an interview with Neil Mitchell on the 14th of August 2023.
You are dictator for 5 years. What do you do? What's your first act?
The big frustrating thing, if I could do something, maybe ban social media, would be handy. Because
Why? What worries you about social media?
Look, I think a couple of things. One is keyboard warriors who can anonymously say anything at all.
Oh yes, we need the government to crack down on that scourge of keyboard warriors. And that cute little thought experiment of his is now coming true. Albanese has already banned social media for people under 16 years of age in Australia, and now he's having a think about banning the X platform completely. It's all because XAI and Grok enabled users to modify existing photographs and, well, humans being humans, it wasn't long before people started creating fantasies like, yeah, I'm sorry, if I have to look at these, then so do you. Albo is so upset by all this that he hijacked his own press conference about the wildfires, you know, those life-threatening, home-destroying natural disasters, to address the oh-so-important AI Bikini issue directly. Watch.
Can I just make comments about one further issue that has been raised with me, which is the issue where Prime Minister Keir Starmer has certainly raised of what has occurred on the social media platform X. The use of generative artificial intelligence to exploit or sexualise people without their consent is abhorrent. I know that the E-Safety Commissioner is looking at this. The fact that this tool was used so that people were using its image creation function through Grok is, I think, just completely abhorrent. It once again is an example of social media not showing social responsibility, and Australians and indeed global citizens deserve better.
Yes, because if the last 5 years have taught us anything, it's that the government is the best arbiter of our social responsibilities. In Albo's defence, though, I can see why he's upset. I mean, I had Grok put me in a bikini and it has grossly underestimated the size of my pecs. I am at least 2 sizes bigger than that. Sorry about that image. In hindsight, I probably should have warned you in advance, but there are people who can't take a joke, and then there are people who can. Trump can take a joke. He wears a caricature of himself, shouting with clenched fists, and he calls it Happy Trump. But the media calls it bizarre, because they have no sense of humour. Now, to be fair, it's not all fun and games with these AI image generators. People were able to trick Grok into making far more explicit images than just bikini pictures. And the reaction has been global outrage from the wannabe tyrants who have spotted their chance to get rid of Musk and his pesky X. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has been rallying the troops globally, hoping to use this recent spike in explicit images being generated by Grok and XAI as the pretext to ban access to the platform altogether. And other world leaders have enthusiastically joined in. The UK are considering an outright ban, and of course Anthony Albanese and our own Karen Julie Inman-Grant are jumping at the chance to be rid of X and that pesky free speech that it provides. We'll get to the details in a minute, but first, my name's Topher Field, this is the Topher Project, and I help busy people like you to keep up with the world as it changes around us, and more importantly, to cut through the crap and make sense of the nonsense, and maybe have a laugh or two along the way. I'm 100% independent and viewer-supported. I have no sponsors, no advertisers, no one and nothing to tell me what I can or cannot do, which means I rely on you guys to help me to keep the Topher project going. So if you appreciate me being a voice of reason in a world gone mad, then please help me to keep the Topher project going by buying me a coffee via the button at topherfield.com. And if you appreciate my videos, then you will love my books. They're all about the limits of government power, human rights, and the role of civil disobedience in keeping the government in check. spec. You'll also find the DVD of my multi-award-winning documentary Battleground Melbourne, plus a range of t-shirts and hoodies and caps, and in a bunch of great designs. There's my original and still awesome mantra, good people break bad laws. There's my 1984 cap. Honestly, this is my favourite slogan of all time. It says, too much 1984, not enough 1776. And if you get it, then you're my kind of people. And then there's this fantastic looking history design with history repeating itself over and over again. There's my whiskey and cigar tee with Think Free on the back, because I do my best thinking with a whiskey in one hand and a cigar in the other. There's the Wear Anywhere TF cap, which stands for both Topher Field, but also for Think Free. The street-style cross design with my most powerful slogans, and finally my sticker packs for those who want to spread the good word of freedom in your world. And everything you buy from topherfield.com helps me to keep the Topher project going. Okay, all jokes aside, the creation of things like child exploitation images is a real problem, but that's not what's been happening with Grok. Sadly, there are plenty of other tools available for perverts who want to do that sort of thing. The Age tried to attack X and Grok in an article, but they also had to admit that there is far worse out there, giving the example of a UK-based company that had 100,000 visits a month just from Australian users. And if you think that's bad, I'm sorry to say there's far worse out there, hosted in countries that couldn't give a flying fig leaf about child abuse. They made sure in this Age article to mention that some of these images generated by Grok had been found on the dark web. The dark web, that's a buzzword that's supposed to strike fear into the hearts of us all. But even if it's true, they will be some of the tamest images out there, and anyone who knows how to navigate the dark web has access to far worse than AI-generated images by Grok. But don't let the truth get in the way of an opportunity to take down Elon Musk. They've tried before and failed, and now they're having another go. Remember the outrage about a supposed Nazi salute from Elon? They frothed at the mouth about this for days until it came to light that Democrats had done the exact same thing, and then the whole scandal mysteriously disappeared. Remember how they predicted Twitter would die in the hands of Elon Musk, so he mocked them to their faces, and now X is the #1 platform for news in most of the world, including the very countries that are now threatening to ban it. And it's growing at a record rate as well over 120 million downloads a month. It turns out that when people are offered free speech, with all of the downsides that do come with free speech, including offensive material, they choose the wild west of freedom of speech over the oppressive safety of our censors. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The battle for free speech is the great battle of our generation. Past generations had to fight for our freedoms against foreign governments. We have to fight for our freedoms against our own. And without wanting to repeat myself too much, the censors, the globalists, they thought they had this battle won. Not so long ago, they had a lock on every English-speaking government until the return of the Trump. And Trump, for all his faults, has made it very clear that he's not going to stand for any foreign country interfering with the free speech rights of Americans. That's a red line, a deal breaker, and he's willing to use the economic might of the United States of America to make the EU, the UK, and Australia think twice. This is going to be one hell of a showdown. One final thought before I finish. AI-generated images aren't real. And the worst thing you can do with such AI slop is pretend that it's real and regulate it like it's real. This photo is real. This one is not. Nor is this one. And believe it or not, this one isn't real either. The AI genie is out of the lamp, and we can't put it back in, nor should we want to. So if that's true, if it's out, wouldn't it make more sense to encourage people to treat fake things as fake, rather than being outraged about fake things as if they were real private photos that had been leaked? And isn't the Australian way to have a laugh at yourself? Not to get your not to get your knickers in a knot? Yes, where there is child abuse material, that needs to be dealt with accordingly. But for everything else, let's stop pretending that fake is real and get back to being able to laugh at ourselves. My name's Topher Field, this is the Topher Project, and I help busy people like you to cut through the crap and make sense of the nonsense as the world changes around us. I'm 100% viewer supported, so if you've appreciated this video, if I've given you a bit of a chuckle and helped you to make sense of the nonsense, then please help me to keep the Topher Project going by buying me a coffee via the button at topherfield.com. And while you're there, check out my books, DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, caps, stickers, and everything you buy will help me to keep bringing you videos like this one. Thank you for watching to the end. The algorithm loves you, and so do I. Please like, comment, subscribe, check out this video that YouTube thinks that you'll enjoy, and as always, think free.